Every time I pulled the hacksaw 30 times, I had to stop. I listened closely to every sound around us. If the guards caught us, the escape would be over. Our lives would be at risk. The fence was made of metal. There was no way to cut it fast. So my partner and I took turns. We cut it bit by bit. Half an hour later, the fence was finally cut open. We quickly climbed through the window into the basement. We thought we would find an exit, but after circling around, we realized every iron door was locked tight. At a loss, I decided to restore the fence to how it was. That was when I noticed a pile of discarded windows. The metal bolts on them could be cut off and turned into a key. I had barely made 2 cuts when I heard footsteps. 2 guards quietly walked into the basement. They planned to smoke there. They never expected us hiding in the corner. We carefully avoided them. Before we could relax, they came back again. Luckily, they didn't notice anything unusual. After they left, I kept cutting the bolt. Another half hour passed. The bolt was finally cut through. I carefully bent it. I slid it into the iron door lock. To my surprise, the door opened. We lit an oil lamp. We walked into the damp, dark basement. Soon, we realized something important. Every lock down there was the same. Using the lamp, we quickly found the iron door leading to the city sewer, but that door had a spring lock. The bolt didn't work. I stayed calm and came up with a solution right away. I lifted the door slightly and propped the bottom with the bolt. Then I took out the hacksaw and cut off the top hinge. Next, I cut off the bottom hinge the same way. I pulled out the bolt and removed the broken hinges. The iron door came off easily. We were just one step away from freedom. We didn't rush. I snapped the match in half. I wedged it into the hinge gap. I tapped it with a bolt until it fit perfectly. Once it was done, I stepped inside and hung the door back up. We not only removed the door, but also disguised the seam. It would be hard for the guards to notice. We entered the sewer filled with excitement. Then we saw it was sealed with thick cement. Regular tools couldn't cut through it, but the wall next to it was made of poor cement. I could scrape it off easily. In a few days, we could break through. So I decided to come back the next day with proper tools. The sky was getting brighter. The guards would start their rounds soon. We rushed back to our beds. We pretended nothing had happened. The guards didn't suspect a thing. That night taught me something. We didn't have a watch. We had no idea what time it was. 10 seconds later, we would have been exposed. To avoid that, we needed a timer. Charlie used a doctor visit as an excuse. He stole 2 glass bottles. When the guards weren't looking, he grabbed 2 handfuls of sand and stuffed them into his pockets. Even though he knew we were searched every time, he still took the risk.
Pourquoi tu brûles du sable? C'est pour écœurer des gamelles. Garde pas de mal à ça. Faut bien que les choses soient propres. Alors comme on n'a rien.
The guards didn't notice anything and let him go. With those materials, I made an hourglass. After testing it, the result was clear. 1 full cycle lasted about half an hour. Now we could roughly track the time. Not long after, we brought tools to the sewer. We built a simple platform with planks. We placed the hourglass on it. I drew a circle on the wall. We started scraping the cement. Sure enough, the cement was weak and a large chunk came off fast, but the bricks underneath became the biggest problem. During a break, I fully shaped the bolt into a key. I checked the time. It was already 8 in the evening. It was time for the shift change. I pulled the rope to wake my partner. Just then, the guards came to inspect the rooms. We fooled them with a dummy. I led the shift change partner to the assigned spot. Then I turned back to rest. My 2 partners started their work. But the next day, we